All right, so in today's video, we're gonna actually do a cable railing install. You should have received a parts list inside of your railing system so that you can verify all the parts that you should have received. I have my drawing that we sent you when we did your railing system, so you know exactly how the system's gonna be lined out. We specifically set this up for your project, so you're gonna need to refer to this drawing several times throughout this whole process to know exactly where the posts are going to be placed and how far they're going to be apart. We've got a movie going on here. We're gonna install posts, we're gonna install handrail, and then we're going to install our cable and tighten everything up. So fairly straightforward and simple. There's a few parts and pieces to it, but if you follow along, it's gonna be real simple for you. So in this first step, we're going to install our first post. We're gonna use a square to make sure that this is square and uniform all the way across on all four sides. This is our anchor post, so we need to make sure this post gets lined up properly so that the rest of the system going up the stairs and across the platform is going to be lined up as well. .3/16 drill bit here to pre-drill these holes. Needs to be smaller than the screw that you're using. This is just a guide, so anything smaller than your lag screw is going to work just fine. We got a 3/16 bit right here for our pre-drill. And then use an impact driver or drill. Impact driver usually works better. Make sure you square it up one more time, just in case something moved or slipped during that drilling process. Last step of this process is you're gonna want to level, so use a small level to make sure after you've got a couple of lag screws in, you can use a shim to level up the post if there's any sort of slope on it at all. You want to get it perfectly square. We're just making sure all the posts are lined up properly. So we're just going to run a line from the top post to the bottom post. You can run a string line, you can snap a chalk line, you can use a laser level. You just want to make sure the posts are in alignment. We got all the posts for this run installed, and it's very important that you put the post covers on before you put on the handrail because you won't have an opportunity to do that after. So do it nice and slow so you don't scratch the powder coat, and just let that down to cover up the screws at the bottom here. Just like that. And then do it on the rest of the posts as well. You're gonna install your handrail bracket. There's gonna be a hole right in the center of the post for no matter what type of bracket you're using. You're gonna use a Allen head screw. It's gonna drill right into the center of the post and install the bracket. And for this example here, we've got the short side up top and the longer side down below to accommodate for the slope that we've got going on here. When you're doing a flat mount, it's gonna look just like this, but flat. You're gonna have a hole right in the center, or you might have an adjustable type bracket that can go on a flat or a slope mount. Same process, you're gonna drill right through the center of the post and it'll be able to adjust to the angle or flat, whichever one you need. For the next step of the process, you're gonna measure your handrail. We have 48-inch sections, but if your section's shorter than that, you're gonna measure to the center of the post. So right here, this post's gonna come down here, right to the center of this next post. So you're gonna measure right to the center and make your cut with a stainless steel blade to cut the handrail. Once you have that cut done, we've got our cut piece of handrail right here. You're gonna use one of our 180 connectors, which I'll show you an up close for. 180 connector, same size as the stainless steel handrail once it all sinks together, but this will connect two pieces of handrail together. Just gotta use a rubber mallet or dead blow hammer to tap that in place. So we're gonna do that here next. Once we got the handrail all cut and our 180-degree connector on, we're actually gonna tack in this one section here, line everything up, mark your holes, and then pre-drill it with a stainless steel drill bit. All right, so now it's time to tension our cables. We've got our handrail on, we've got our posts installed, we're gonna go ahead and run our cable through the post. Now you wanna start in the center 2 holes, and you wanna tension it and work your way out so that it gets proper tensioning all the way through. We're gonna use a couple of different parts for this. The most important one is this part here. This is gonna be your regular cable end. This has a tensioning mechanism on it. You can screw and unscrew. You wanna start by having this completely detached, and you're gonna crimp this onto the cable without the nut on there. You're gonna crimp this on just like that, and then feed that through and crimp it through the other side. I'll show you as we go here. Every hole is gonna have a washer that goes over it. Make sure you put that onto the cable before you crimp your cable end onto there, or you won't be able to get it on. So one washer is gonna go on front ways, one's gonna go on backwards to go on the opposite hole. Then you're gonna crimp on your tensioner, and once you're ready to go, you're gonna tension that through the hole itself. Those are the 3 different kinds that you'll see inside of your installation package. Regular kind is gonna go on any flat center post. Stair kind is gonna go on any angled center post, and the stick-on kind is gonna go everywhere else. Basically any corner post, any angled/straight post, and any end post, you're gonna use the stick-on cable sleeve. So you're gonna have a tensioning mechanism on one end, this piece here that has the ability to tension and tighten the cable. And on the other end, you're gonna use what's called an internal cable end. If you have a corner post, you're gonna use this on the short run or anywhere else that the cable changes direction, at the top of the stairs, or if you have a post that doesn't have an extra hole on the backside and only has one hole, you're gonna use one of these internal tensioners. Again, it's gonna create a 90-degree, and you're gonna have a tensioning mechanism on the opposite end to pull that taut inside the hole. And again, make sure you have washers on both holes before you install that. We're gonna start at the one end, and you're gonna attach a non-tensioning part. So whether it's gonna be a fixed end or an internal end, just like we showed you, you're gonna choose your non-tensioning end. You're gonna crimp that onto the cable, pull it tight, and then run it over to the last post of the run. On that last post, you're gonna cut that cable inside of the post about 1.5 inches. You're gonna have cable that goes inside the post about 1.5 inches. So you'll be able to then feed your tensioner through the hole and then tension it on the backside and tighten everything up. One other piece you might have in your system is what's called an angled washer. This is gonna be used at both the top and bottom of stairs on any angled post. So you can see this post right here. If I slide the cable end through here, it goes at an angle through the post. But you can see this isn't sitting flush to the post and isn't gonna create a clean look and isn't gonna be able to tension the cable properly. So before you slide that on, you're going to slide on an angled washer onto the cable end, then slide it through the hole so it sits nice and flush to the post, just like that. So now you've seen all the essential parts to installing your cable railing system. Now you know the 3 steps to installing your cable railing system and having it be a seamless process at your installation and have a beautiful project for your home or business.